Xegun,
As usual,
and you didn't tell me your name.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm gonna start now.
Okay.
As usual, this should be volume 3 of my podcast.
Okay.
It's we call it Nippy cast.
Okay.
I realized that I meet people at random places.
Okay.
Usually at bars.
Yeah, that's good.
And then we talk, and that conversation, I think, can add value to somebody's life, because most of the time we are talking about it from a level of brotherly
love as a black African.
Yeah, and then killing all the stereotypes
Yeah,
and
it's true,
stuff.
it's
Because there is no, you just walked in.
Yeah.
You had your bag there. Where's the bag?
The bag, yeah.
You had your, it looks expensive.
It's expensive. I bought this bag 5,000.
What brand is this? Oh, this is Louis Vuitton.
I bought it 5,000.
Is it?
2017. 5,000.
Oh, and then at some stage I asked you, what is your net worth?
That was 10. That time I was rich. I went with a friend, so they said let us go and do shopping. We must go to the regional.
Because I mean, when you have a bag like this, you should have $1 million in there.
This is what you just said. I went to the church today, and our pastor came. He said, anybody that carry this bag, they have money. Everybody started laughing. Yes, I said no. You understand? Because you know one thing about life. We live in a life. Some people live in a fake life. You understand? Like some people live very fake life. Like me, like what I keep telling my friends, I'm not perfect. I'm not rich. I try to put.
But
myself,
you look expensive.
Yeah, that's what I want to try to make you know. You see me? I can get something. I know where to go to get things that is very expensive, very cheap. Then when I come outside, if you think I go to the same shop where you bought it,
I can say you're like a pimp.
you understand? So I pimp myself very well. In Nigeria, we call it packaging.
Okay. Talking about Nigeria, you're from Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm a
we
Nigerian.
spoke about the languages.
Yeah.
So now, and silent words in the languages. You were telling her your name, and then what was
Xegun.
yes. No, but on the device you gave her was the USB.
Yeah.
You said she should write the type of music.
Yeah, Igbo.
Yeah. But now the confusing in that whole thing is it's not spelled like that.
Okay, how does it spell it?
How do you spell it first? We'll tell you how we understand
okay, I-G. Then we can put D-O. But some people like you guys.
Also, you put some people.
B-O, yeah.
Oh.
But some
No,
people
but he didn't say B-O earlier on.
No,
Did he?
I didn't say B-O earlier on. G.
I-G-B-O.
No.
Or is it B-O?
Yeah,
There was a B.
Yeah, there was a B.
So, and then that's the Igbo. So the G is silent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like me now.
Fuck. So why are you wasting my time with silent letters? Why don't you just put the whole damn shit?
Okay, my language is Yoruba.
Yeah, and then we spoke about 3 languages that dominate in Nigeria.
Yeah.
As much as you've got a lot.
Like Hausa can spell is H-A-U-X-A.
Which one is it?
Hausa. As H-A-U-X-A.
Is that a language?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hausa. Then mine is U-O-R-U-B-A. Yoruba.
Oh, okay. The first time I knew about Yoruba was I'm a DJ, man.
Oh.
There's a guy called Onsulade.
Okay.
Onsulade, he's from a Yoruba tribe.
Okay.
But he's based in New York.
Okay.
He made a lot of hit songs when I was growing up in the 90s.
Okay.
And then when in early 2000. I mean, there's some songs. It's just that we can't play songs here on this day.
No, but
Yeah.
you see.
But there's songs that I will play and you'll be like, oh, is this him? Yes. He's a Nigerian guy, but grew up in America.
Yeah.
So at some stage he came to South Africa and then he spoke shit about South Africans and they were angry.
And he left.
They were very angry. I know now.
That's a political.
That was a
political way.
It was a political artistic
like you
DJ
see,
moment.
Yeah, like you see one thing I learned about life. Like before, when I came to South Africa, I used to see Burna Boy in something in Hegehe.
Burna Boy is
from. Burna Boy is in Nigeria.
Oh yes, the popular one.
Yeah, you know, Ian AKA was a fight.
Oh yes,
Because after that speech during the xenophobia, when AKA went to say something against Nigeria, he didn't supposed to say that word. And Burna Boy tried to call him like, man, you didn't supposed to say this kind of word here. You know.
Oh yes, I remember it was a Twitter fight.
So he didn't reply.
What was the story? What was going on there?
You know, during that time they were doing xenophobia. So South Africa was saying Nigeria must leave, foreigner must leave. And you know.
And then what did Burna Boy say?
So in tweets they were like, AKA came into the truth that truly, Muslim
What
Nigerians,
does AKA's angle?
like AKA
I remember
was
there
like,
was a scuffle.
yeah,
I didn't follow
AKA
it.
was saying like Nigerians they're selling drugs. They're using
Okay, well, it's not really lying, but I mean, it's not all of them.
I'm coming. You see that what he said? I'm not saying it's lying,
But it's not all of them.
but
So
it's
you
not
can paint everybody
everybody.
with the same brush.
And this is what we're saying now. There are a lot of South African ancestors. I know a lot of South African ancestors.
But who's supplying them?
Okay, that is what you must ask yourself. Okay, who is supplying them? And ask yourself, how does this thing
Okay,
come
maybe
from
there's
the
some
airport?
things we should not say.
No, there are things. You see, there was a day
What did you say about
I listened to the FM. So you see, there was a time I was an FM freak before. I keep listening
What's that?
because of those.
Which station?
Was Metro FM. Metro FM.
Yeah, that's
I keep
the
listening
biggest.
to those
That's the biggest in the country.
reality
I mean,
shows.
commercial,
You understand? This is
station in the
reality
country.
show. There was a night, I won't forget that night, it was around 12. I couldn't sleep, so they were talking about xenophobia and foreigner, and everybody were calling. There was a South African guy that called. He said, there's a neighbor of mine that stayed in my complex. He
What,
said
a
they
neighbor?
brought- yeah, he's
Oh.
a Nigerian guy. He said they brought him from the village to South Africa. He came there, he was sleeping in a coach in the lodge,
It was like squatting.
squatting. He said after 8 months later, that decent boy bought 2 cars and able to rent a 2-bedroom.
So where does the money come from?
So where does the money come from?
And then what was the answer?
So listen, Peter, it was asked because the commentator was like, "Hey, what do you think he was doing to get the money?" He said, "I don't know. I saw him going out in the morning, coming back around 8.
So, but he was hustling.
So
We don't even know if it
probably
was legal or illegal.
Listen, he said, "I suspect he's doing drugs." Said then I asked him, "Have you called the police?" To
But they
come
wouldn't do the same thing for a white guy who's the neighbor.
I'm coming. That's what I'm just trying to say.
Okay.
So,
Sorry to
did
cut
you
you
call the police? He said yes. We did call the police once, and when the police went there, they saw he was selling only phone. He was selling those kind of expensive phone. So they asked him, "How could you make
What kind of
rent-
phones? Like
like iPhone, all those kind of accessory, computer, all those things?" They were like, "How do you make that kind of huge amount of money?" Do you know what the boy said? He said, truly, when he came to South Africa, he came to hustle. He came from a poor family. So when he came, he started working with a brother. Like, he was serving his elder brother. How to fix phone, how to do this thing.
What? Did he make that money from the
So,
phone? For
listen,
real? For real?
No, that's what I want to give you the speak. I doesn't make the money. So, there was after he learned it for 6 months, he thought, like, I need to start my own.
Oh, then he grew.
You understand? So, he had to call
But
money
it-
from
it-
home.
Would it
Listen,
take a year?
He have to call money from home.
More money.
For home. Like a father
Or
has
to
to
start his
sell to
business.
start his own business. Yeah. You
Also,
see-
he was okay from home.
no, it wasn't okay.
So
but the
where did they
father,
get the money from
have
home?
to sell his property,
Are you-
like the
oh,
land.
fuck, oh, shit.
You
No, I
understand?
see, I see.
So the
So they
father
had to
sold the
sacrifice
land.
and compromise
So
for this-
for the son
this guy,
to start life very well. So immediately the father sold those land. When they sent the money, yeah, it was
Nice.
up to like 250,000 rand. So it was able for him to start up a business. And how did he start? He bought an accident car that was damaged and he fixed it. A car he bought of 40,000, he sold it close to 80,000 rands.
Also, he kept trading with cars.
You see? And he
And
was
actually,
selling.
that's another business
So,
because
and-
I see in this country there's accidents everywhere.
Yes,
And
sir.
I went past a scrapyard yesterday. I was picking up some stuff. Okay, you know it's difficult to get goat meat in this. Actually, everywhere.
Yeah.
So there's some farms at Benoni. We've got a friend who sells the goat meat. So I was picking up that meat.
Yeah.
But on my way there, I realized there's so many scrapped cars in transit. And then those cars are not bad. I'm sure insurance
They will just
write this thing as
go
right
to,
off.
go
No?
to the right and
But that thing you can always fix some shit.
not that they will always fix it.
You can
understand?
always fix
You
some
understand?
shit, yeah.
So you see that kind of a person now. He bought Terry House.
Oh, then he saw a loophole
You
and he went
understand?
in.
They just told him this is what you need to do, and he did it. And the first car he made, he said the first profit he made in the first business, the first car he sold, he was able to make 35,000 rands.
As a markup.
As a markup. So the phone is sold every day. He said every day, sometimes I can sell a phone and make 500 rand for a living.
So
He said that's
it's-
500 rand for a
it's a
living.
smart nigga.
So I can save it.
Can we say he's a
You
smart
understand?
guy?
You see, but people just see you. They will say, Nigeria, they are doing drugs because they think because the way when we make money, we make it very fast.
But that's the stereotype. The reason why we agreed to record this thing now is because we want to dissect the stereotypes versus reality. Well, the stereotypes are driven by the truth more often than not, right?
Yeah,
You're not going to dispute that.
Yeah,
but there's innocent people out there who are living an honest life and all the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is owned by one of your brothers. Yeah. I mean, this whole building.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there are people they're living an honest life.
Yeah.
An honest life.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to stay at an area called Northcliffe by Renberg.
Yeah, I know that there. Northcliffe by Renberg.
Yeah. So there's a guy who's got a fish and chips.
Logo, I think call you back. I did something.
There's a guy who owned a fish and chips shop. And that guy, he used to be a bodybuilder back in the day, I think in the 90s. And he's been there and hustling and putting that shit. I mean, he makes his money from just the chips and he doesn't even have an expensive lifestyle. So the stereotype is just randomly selected based on what dominates in the social behavior. But it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's like that. Because now coming back from the silent N word on the name of the music.
Yeah.
And then now let's talk about the X on your name and how to pronounce it.
My full name first is Oluwa Xegun.
Oluwa Xegun.
You understand? And it started with OLUWAXEGUN.
The X is exciting for me.
So you see, but in the
I'm
other way,
we don't have X's.
yeah, you see,
X.
like in the other way,
Well, technically we do have X's, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. In the other way, you can call me Xegun. That's the other name.
The short version.
Yeah, that's the short name. Xegun.
Oh. So, but people struggle to pronounce it.
No. Since I came to South Africa, nobody had ever struggled.
But the last letter you don't say it.
Yeah, anyhow, but one thing I know, people call my name.
Say it X.
Xegun.
Say it X, spell it.
XE. That is GUN.
But there's no N there on your pronunciation. What happened to the N? Because you see now, this is the shit. You guys are behaving like white people. Why do you put silent letters when they're not necessary? I mean, if you're gonna say it's pneumonia, why do you put a P?
Okay, you see this is what you said. There's one person.
And then you don't want to put it on stupid shit like toilet. Like the silent T.
Yeah.
So, okay, why don't you call it toilet?
Toilet, yeah, it's true. You see.
Or like I
Yeah, you understand?
Same shit. You guys are behaving like those people. Okay, well, the toilet joke, I stole it from Kidwani.
Okay. So you see.
Oh, they would know who Kidwani is.
Okay.
It's a comedian.
Yeah, it's fine. You see, like what I was saying. You see, the names are different. Like even people have the names. Yoruba have the name. They also have the name. You understand? But the popular people we have in South Africa is the Igbo. You understand? The second you can see Yoruba.
Is the Igbos and the Yorubas, is it for real?
Yeah.
So it's the two tribes.
Yeah, but the most popular people in South Africa is the Igbos. They are more popular. Then if you want to see Yorubas, you go to London. In London, they are more popular.
You guys are banned in London.
No.
I heard.
Not that apparently,
what's going on?
London was the one that colonized Nigeria. But during
but I heard the story that they don't want you anymore.
It's not that I want us anymore. There's no how you can
corruption.
Cannot. You see, in this world, even America can't ban Nigeria. Even when they try, they know what they will do. You understand? Nigeria
but apparently they say that
God bless everything.
But they say because that you can't. I mean, okay. Let me remember the story because I heard this story 5 years ago. They say. Most of the corruption that they see, but they're not lying. They're not lying because I think they're basing it on things like 419s and shit.
Okay, you see this thing you're saying now 419 on shit. That's fraud. We call it
fraud. Yes.
English people call it fraud. You understand? Listen, you see the fraud they're talking about. You see some
but I think they're blocking every of you because of similar characteristics.
No. You see this fraud they're talking about.
The one where I win $1 million and never play the lottery. What the fuck is that?
It started from the whites. If you really go through the history,
record.
If you truly go through the history, it
started from the whites. Like 419 from the whites.
No, I'm telling you the truth. See, what are you talking about? What is the challenge?
Are you serious?
What is insurance to you?
What is that?
Insurance.
Insurance, well, it is what you say it.
The side, you see.
Just okay, like my phone, like this phone, I got jacked last year, and then I had the insurance. So insurance is something that keeps you safe temporarily when you're sorting out your shit. If you're fucked.
Let me tell you something,
know?
You see how the white people blame with the black.
So, but you can't compare scamming to insurance.
That is what I'm trying to make. I'm coming. Just listen.
You should make sense.
I'm just trying to
Make
make
sense.
it straight. You see the white. They come into Africa to change our culture from our ancestors.
I don't think they will
I'm
here
coming.
to change the
Listen.
culture.
They came.
Oh, sorry, am I disturbing?
They came to change the culture of Africa. We did follow them as we thought they were going to bring us up, but in that time they were buying us. They were using us as a slave to them. You understand?
They even took Kunta Kinte
You
from
understand?
Mali to
you
New
understand?
York.
Different people. How do you have black people today in America? Black America. They are from Africa.
They took them from a place
Africa,
called
you understand?
Mali. It's
Not just
next to it.
all over the whole Africa. That's
But,
why
the first guy to be shipped. I don't know if you know the history. The first person to be shipped, they named him, okay, well, according to history books, they call him Kunta Kinte. And then when he got that side, they named him Toby. So, well, they even never move on this shit. So this was Mali. There's a coast in Mali, right?
yeah, there's a coast there.
There's a coast in Mali. So they were exploring, you know, like Christopher Columbus, the way he came to America, and then the Jan van Riebeeck coming to the Cape. Same nonsense. So they came and they found these people right by the coast. And you know that that's probably the first evidence of aliens. Imagine in your entire life you have never seen a pale looking person or a white person. Now there's a ship which today could be a spaceship and with an alien.
Yes.
But at that time, the year was fuck, I forgot the year, but it was somewhere probably 300 years ago. Or 400 years, somewhere there.
But you see,
when they were exploring. So they took, I want to explain the part where the blacks are being used as slaves.
Okay.
So and then now they started realizing that the blacks are strong. We've got a good DNA, I mean, really.
very strong.
We are very
cool.
strong.
Our gene is very strong.
And even our spirit we call it of spirit of Ubuntu here in South Africa. But we are good people by nature.
Yeah.
We're not ruthless or, you know. Those guys, they came with guns.
Yeah.
So they overpowered the tribe in Mali.
Yeah.
And then they went into the ocean and they took slaves. So and they went to New York. The reason why I suspect there's a place called that place where things keep happening. What do you call it? The triangle.
Okay.
Bermuda Triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle.
I suspect that's where they threw a lot of Africans in there, and then maybe they're haunting the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's possible. But the ones who kept dying, they would throw them off the ship. And if you check, the Titanic almost sank right next to the triangle.
Yes,
which is like 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. So now when they go into America,
Yeah.
now they use them as slaves. And then they've been doing that the entire time. And then today, I still think slavery exists. Is that it's just decorated. I mean, every person who will be watching this thing probably works for a guy who owns something of a white
Man.
dominance.
Okay.
Or Malima calls it monopoly.
You see that's why Nigeria got our independence on time. You see sometimes.
So I wanted us to. Sorry, I dissected there a little bit. I mean, I derailed a little bit.
Yeah.
I wanted us to go back to history, to come back to the part where you're gonna prove to us how the scamming came from the whites, and then they made it look like it was normal.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
You see how the scamming came from the whites. You see this life we're living in. You know, education comes from the whites. Education, computer,
But
everything. I'm coming. I'm trying to make you to understand.
Okay, go
you
for
see,
it.
the white people came to our country, they took our
land.
our idol worship, brought the gospel. I'm a Christian. I support God. You understand? They took it to their
I think
own
everybody
country.
does.
You understand? Which when they came, they taught us some things. This you need to do. A white man easily scam a black man. A white man can give you can easily scan a black man. A white man can give you this and say, yes, this
You cannot.
this thing worth $10,000. I'm giving you you will be very happy.
Like cars.
You understand? But what they are achieving from that thing you are getting from them is more than what they are giving to you.
Usually.
You understand?
Isn't that like a good business principle?
You understand? You see what I'm telling you this world. You see how this scam started. You see why people when
Are we doing okay?
After the slavery, some Africans that went to them during that time to serve them, they saw how they're doing their own.
The ones
their
who
own
are in the
scam.
diaspora.
They were doing their own scam, their own things, their own this. So those of them that run back, that went through education, they were like,
So you're saying, give me an example of a current white scam equivalent to a 419.
Okay. A current white scam is very easy.
Give me an example.
Okay. A white man can come to this place and tell you that, my man, this bottle, I'm selling it for 2,000 rands. For this bottle, worth 10,000 rands.
And the
I'm
liquid
coming.
in it.
But I'm going to give you like 40 of it to pay in 10 years.
In what?
40 of this bottle for you to pay in 10 years. But you can say
Oh,
each
you
of
mean
them
10 years?
10 years.
Or like a bond.
Like a bond.
Yeah, okay.
You see this thing now, and this 10 years you can pay that you won't give me back 2,000.
There's no fucking way. It's not going to be equivalent.
You understand?
In 10 years'
Can I
time is
give
another
you-
language.
Can I give you some million of price?
Yeah.
So you will think that I'm clever. This bottle that say 2,000, I can sell one for 100,000 or 10,000. You understand? Truly, it's.
But why would you classify that under scamming? That's business.
No, that's not a business, my man. Listen, it's scammer. I'm coming. It's scammer. It's a scammer. Bro, I'm telling you, I studied business at me in school. My brother worked in a bank, you understand? My elder brother that directly is a bank, is an accountant. You see, what I'm telling you this morning, there's a place where when I was in school, there's what we call loss in the business. And when we get to that place,
where did you study your business?
I studied in Nigeria. I studied in
What institution? Because I also did business studies.
Yeah, I did it in Nigeria, University of Absolute in Edo State.
Oh, I did mine with this
Nigeria.
university
It's a
called.
federal university in Edo State.
Oh, okay. What level was this? Because my one was with University of Johannesburg.
No.
Prior that it was Vestec.
No, my one is in Edo State. It's a federal university. Federal
What level is this? Is it like your UJ here?
No. You know, we have, like in Nigeria, we have university, we have a polytechnic, we have secondary school, we have a college of education. College of education is also good. We can go to.
So basically, you were like at a UJ, like a friends of there. Wherever.
No, I went to university. I didn't went to.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
which is equivalent.
Yeah.
Well, it might not be a Cambridge, but it's almost at the same level.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's 2 years, then after
Yeah,
2 years,
the same
you
bullshit.
came again.
Yeah, you go there and
See what I'm telling you
fail
this
and
one.
then-
When they talk also
Okay,
about
and
the
you
loss, about the loss, I
Oh.
can't. Then there was a day my lecturer came. It was like, then this account was when there is the lost profit here, you people have to find it. I asked him directly because I don't understand what you mean. I have to find a profit that is lost.
No, it's profit and loss. I mean, you have to calculate the
Listen,
negative and the
do you know
positive.
what he said to me?
What the
He said,
fuck?
when they say lost profit, for you to not be lost, that's when you come with a scam.
And then you dissect.
You
'Cause
dissect
you don't have to show.
Yeah, you understand.
Even the receipts
Instead of you
and-
to lost in that business,
Actually, that falls under
you have to
accounting.
get your.
It falls under accounting. It
That's
falls under
accounting. It's accountant. It's accountant.
Yeah.
No, there was a, if you did it, there was a note. You withdraw everything, your
Yeah.
schedule. You put your secretary.
The balance sheet.
The balance sheet. You go here and check it.
I went to a commercial school at high school between 1997 and 2001. So it's called Clever Commercial High School. It's a
Sorry,
very
I'm
commercial
sorry to
school.
ask you. How old are you?
Fuck. 37.
You 37.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I sometimes forget my age.
No.
And then how old are
like me,
you?
I was born 83.
So you're a year older than me. What month?
I was born February 14th. I'm 38 years.
Okay, exactly a year precisely.
You understand?
Older
So,
than me by 4 weeks.
you understand? So my first child is going to 17 years. My son. Why my second?
Shit, you started early.
Yeah. That's then. I forced my elder brother to have a child. My first child is 17. My second is 8.
Jesus.
My daughter.
How are you
Yes.
managing that? Because I don't think I can survive.
No, I started making money when I was younger.
Yeah.
I make my first, I'll call it my first 150,000 rands. 2005.
Oh, in this country,
No, in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
So I started making that money when I was young because of I entered the fast lane.
Is it?
You understand? I
Because
entered
earlier
the
on,
fast lane.
I asked you before we started recording. I asked you what is your net worth, and I said my net worth is like $100.
No, you see this is what I'm saying.
And then,
Like,
and then you didn't tell me your net worth.
no. You know what I'm telling
You don't
you?
want to tell me?
No, I don't have money now. You understand? I don't like. You see one thing about my life. I don't like putting myself in a place where I don't belong because I present myself expensive. I always try
But
to make
some people enjoy that nonsense.
No, do you know I don't like enjoy that nonsense? Because you are killing yourself inside.
Because you have to live a fake life.
You have to live a fake life. So I don't buy a fake life. I come as I am and I tell you who I am. So it lets for you to like me for who I am. And if you don't like me for who I am, it's very good.
Because usually you attract wrong crowds as well.
You understand?
So these are the people that would never give a fuck about your life
Okay.
when you're down and out.
You understand?
But they'll be there when you're rocking.
Yeah, like let me
You have
give
like
you,
a whole
let me
useless
give you
fake
just
friends.
a quiet example about me. About 2 years ago. 2 years ago, things were very, when I say very
Birds
bad,
were flying south.
were very bad for me in this country. I couldn't barb my hair. I
you couldn't?
couldn't shave. I couldn't cut my hair. I couldn't
You
shave.
looked,
I couldn't.
you looked like an ancient Egyptian.
You said it all. My hair was. You see when you see my hair.
You look-
My hair was big.
Until you look like Adam.
Some part was white. You
You
understand?
look like Adam.
all my friends. I'm talking about all my friends that have
Christians, I
money.
take that back.
You understand? All my friends that have money. You know what they do to me? If I call them and say, "Where are you?" Because
Wait, all your friends who had money.
yeah. Because they see the way I am, they'll be running away.
Or they say these motherfuckers,
Yeah,
they don't want to be associated
yeah, you
with this
understand?
nigga.
When I come, even though they don't want us to, when I come, I started asking for money. Like, please, I need this. Please, I need
No,
this.
but
I need-
were you asking it to sustain your lifestyle, or were you
No,
asking
not
it for
to-
important things like I want to eat?
Not to sustain my lifestyle, to eat and to pay my bills. You know what I'm talking about?
To get by, basically.
You understand? And also to start back in my life because I was a bar. When I came to South Africa, I wasn't a bar in Nigeria. I learned it in South Africa.
Okay.
I came here, I thought I was going to get a job because a friend that brought me here to South Africa. You understand? Happy?
She's here.
They're calling you.
This somebody's.
You understand? I came with a friend that told me that he's working in a hotel, paying up to $1,200 per month, and the money you're getting from tips a month, more than
You mean on the Barbary?
no, he's working in a hotel, like
Oh, at the
fair
hotel.
attendant. They're paying by dollar, making blah blah blah. It made me came to South Africa. So when I came, I was like, okay, I got my document, my passport, everything, like my paper, my certificate. I was going to get a job. The minute I came, I was in the airport. This guy just couldn't pick my
Oh
phone.
fuck!
I was standing.
What if it was a scam?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was trying it for like 2 to 3 hours. So I tried to call somebody from Lagos and connected to somebody's house, took me to the
Now you're
house.
stuck with the fucking thing.
Then when I got to the house, they said I need to buy a SIM card for $100. I didn't know. I have to give them $100.
No, but it's a SIM card
I'm
can be
coming.
$100.
Just listen. I know South Africa uses rands, but because of what my brother told me before I came, like, you know, you are always behaving like you know too much. You have to learn when you go
I
to anywhere.
see.
Just be humble and try to be like a fool so that everybody will take you for granted. You know what I'm telling you that before I came to South Africa, I make some
No,
money.
I think I get what you're saying.
Understand?
But remember, don't divulge too much information.
Okay. So you see, along the line, friends, you know, when you don't have anything, like when you don't present yourself very neat and clean, they try to make you feel like you are nobody.
But at what point did you realize these guys are useful? I mean, I'm not useful.
You
For
know-
lack of a better word.
you know-
Useless is the best word,
you
but I
know,
mean,
yeah.
it's not useful.
You see, the point I discovered these people, they are not useful to my life. It was when I was down, when I was
Down and
nobody.
out.
I needed somebody, like somebody to advise me, somebody to tell me, don't worry, because you
Or
have
sometimes
money.
just emotional support.
You understand? Emotional. Because by then I was so broke, like I couldn't pay for rent.
What was your biggest struggling moment? I want to know this one because I'm gonna share my one with you as well.
If I tell you my biggest struggle in
What
this,
was the one day you realized this shit is fucked?
see, that's what I'm talking about. 2016, that was my biggest suffering. I made
Okay,
it.
what happened? Give me an example of one
I
day.
see, like I came to South Africa 2014 December. So 2015, I made it about 150,000 rents here. Catch. I made it. It was a lot. So I was doing a project in Nigeria. My dad. I said, okay, I send you all money to Nigeria.
No, let's
coming-
not
I'm just-
diverge too much on how we make the money, no?
I'm not trying to make. I just want to make you after that day, after that money.
You just made the money, so let's go
After that money,
on how you got broke.
That's when I started suffering.
But how did you lose that whole shit?
Because that money I sent all to Nigeria.
Oh, you
Because I didn't have my thought. I never.
Were you sending it to your folks?
Yeah, to Nigeria as well.
Your parents?
Yeah, I don't have a parents. I didn't have parents. Because
I mean, are the guys who deposit, who gave you?
no, yeah, who gave me the
And then
money? So I
paying
sent
back.
like that. I just sent it back. You understand? So after that, I started going through stress financially. First
So
of all,
why did you give them the whole thing? Why didn't you just keep one half?
you see, I was when I came to South Africa.
That was stupid. That was stupid.
If you know me when I came to South Africa, you call me a pastor.
The what?
The pastor.
Is
I don't
it?
drink. I don't club.
And then what happened? You're drinking.
I'm coming. I don't even do anything stupid. Like I stayed in this country for 1 year and 6 months. I never slept with a woman.
Wow.
And this thing I'm talking
1
about.
year.
And this thing I'm talking about, there is
What?
nothing but the truth. And I was opportunity to meet some better girls.
What was the trigger of? Sorry to cut
I
you.
was
What was
married.
the trigger of?
I was
you were
married in
married?
Nigeria, and I have a vow. that I
Oh,
will never cheat. You
fuck!
understand?
He's honest.
So I have a vow. I will never cheat. You understand? Till I will go back to Nigeria. You understand?
I've also done a year.
So
I've also done a year of what you call celibacy.
so it didn't favor me. You understand? My
Is it
wife,
celibacy? Is it-
my wife didn't wait for me, so she said, "No, I'm tired." And when she get tired, that's when I get fucked up.
There's a word for it. You were celibate. Do you have your Google on there? Do you have your Google on? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's celibacy. So you were celibate for what? 1 year.
You understand? So I was.
1 year, 6 months.
I was going to church
because you were
praying,
married.
praying, asking God to help me. You know, things started turning around again.
And God never sent you an email.
No, not that God never sent me a healing. For me to go through that thing and come back alive is a testimony because there was a time I wanted to kill myself.
Fuck.
I'm talking
Are
about.
you sure you want to
I
talk about this?
yeah.
Okay, sure.
That's my. I keep. You see this one I'm telling you. I called my immediate blood brother. I called him like, also, please, can you take care of my kids? Anytime soon,
Was
I'll
that
die.
like your last letter?
Because that was. I just called it because you know what? I don't have a place to sleep, and I lived that kind of a life, expensive life in Nigeria, like where you had everything.
And now you're down.
Now I'm done. I can't
You're
go
fucked.
to Nigeria, bro.
And you're gonna look like an asshole.
You understand? That's number one.
And I'm sure your still credibility will be fucked anyway.
You understand?
That
So
they'll say,
I was
"Oh,
like,
he's useless."
Instead of to go back to Nigeria, it's better let me just die. So that when they take my body or anywhere, they'll say, he was making it there before he went to America, abroad, maybe something happened to him, he died. You understand? So I wanted to kill myself.
But how were you gonna kill yourself?
I first of all,
How are you gonna do it? Did you have a plan?
I have a plan. I went to the middle of the road by high, and nobody jammed me. And the second
For
one,
real, you were waiting for the car.
yeah, the second one, I went to buy some medication. Like
Like overdose.
overdose. I went.
Try a rope.
I went
Next
to-
time, try a rope. I'm kidding. Okay, don't try it.
No. You know, I'm just telling you. You know when you look for something like that, you don't get it.
And the medication. Okay, explain the medication. Did you drink
I
the whole
went to
thing?
buy a lot of medication and I take the old medication so that I would die. The day I took it, after I took
What
them,
meds were this?
I took because a friend told me he can get me tramadol.
Well, which one is that?
The tramadol, like, is like
What schedule is it?
I don't know, but that one
But
that
it's
is
heavy.
like it's very heavy.
Oh,
I took
okay.
tramadol, Panadol, Grandpa, and some
No, you see, I think Grandpa saved you because Grandpa solves solutions.
and a lot of.
I mean, Grandpa has got
Understand?
solutions.
I used to put all in my mind so that I would die. So after that medication, I couldn't sleep for 3 days. I was very active. Like there was a
So
strength.
you probably did a concoction of crack cocaine.
You understand? So I was very active. So I couldn't die. So there was a day, like
But you enjoyed yourself that time.
you see, what I'm telling you
For
is
not
what-
dying, right?
I enjoy myself. Then one day I come to my senses. And I like, you are going to church because I was a vocalist in my church. I used to sing. You always sing. You see what frustrates me more because when I was going through that pain, I went to meet somebody like a pastor to help me. It couldn't help me.
Oh, you,
So that was what that.
when you're going through the problems.
Yeah, that was what that fucked my life. Like,
Is this a Nigerian pastor?
is the Nigerian pastor. So I'm like, if a pastor, a man of God, can help me,
Mm.
probably no one can help me.
No,
So-
not really. But
so-
if you believe in God, why did you think
Listen,
that it's all up to the
Because
pastor?
my both parents died. So
Oh, sorry.
the day I died, the day I slept, managed to sleep. I slept one day on the floor. And the little minute I slept, I saw my mom. Because my mom loved me so much. I'm the last one of my family.
Or like in your dream.
Yeah, yeah.
She came?
She came to my dream. In a dream, she was crying. She called me. Maybe from what I called her, my
Are you
English
serious?
name, like Vitri. That's my English name. Vitri is my English name. If she called me that name, even when she was alive, if I'm doing anything stupid, I calm down because she's now very soft. I love my mom like
She's looking after
you
you.
understand?
Wherever she is.
So she's like, why do you want to do this to yourself? I said, what do you mean? I'm suffering. Things are not working the way I wanted. I'm suffering. I can't go back to Nigeria. She said, if only you can stay longer, you will make it. You see that word? Till today, even
When
when
she said that in the dream,
she said that in the dream.
and
So
that's what spoke to you.
that's what came into me. And I woke up in a dream with tears. So the next morning, I went to the church, to the altar. Like, I went there.
You had to
I-
confess
I
that-
went to ask God for forgiveness.
For-
Because that time, I was
Because
telling
remember,
God,
killing yourself is also a sin as equivalent to killing another person.
yeah, I told God that I was asking God, why didn't you kill me? Because why are you leaving me alive? Why didn't you just take my life? Because you don't have no use for again.
You can't do that.
So I went to church and I prayed to God. Did I step out of that church? Do you believe that I didn't step close to the robot? Somebody that I used to probably sell before. Just some, I was looking for you. What's going on? I said, just wait, we say that I'm looking somewhere. I said, no, I don't, what I need for is food, to buy me a food. After I buy me a food, I knew you as a pastor. I said, what do you mean as a pastor? He's a South African guy. He said, you remember that prayer you prayed for me last time?
Oh, this is the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy, I about me. Because he told me that he's working in a mice company.
In what?
Mice. You understand?
What's
Where
that?
with gold and those people.
Oh, mining.
Mining.
Yeah.
So, like, the prayer you prayed for me saved my life and saved my mom. And since then, I haven't gotten an opportunity to find you to go mining for you. But today, I came here. I didn't come for you, but I just saw
But
you.
your roads were intertwined.
You understand? So in that call, he told me to take me to somewhere else. We were talking, then I started telling him what I'm doing. He said, okay. He said, I don't have, do you have an account? I said, no. He said, I don't know whether we seek it. He just took me to the bank and withdrew 7,000 rands and gave to me cash.
And then you've got some shit sorted.
As he gave me that money, I went to look for a place to stay first. I bought another paper. I rented
Clipper, you mean a haircut?
a health cutter. I bought everything that I need to pay. I have to pay for 2 months in the shop where I will buy hair. That's how I picked up my life.
Then you go
Then
up.
I started also again. Since then, I never saw that guy. So it's just like a desire.
So he was like an angel.
Yeah, but
For lack of a better word.
you know why I'm telling you this one? You see, sometimes we don't know who will be your help.
Who's gonna sell?
And the day that I prayed for that guy, before God and mine, I thought it was a nomad. He said,
Maybe what if that was God?
He said, please, my man, you are always, because that time, when he came to my salon, he's always preaching and wasn't watching. So he said, they called me pastor by then. They called me different name because of, some people called me I was a gay because
You were what?
I was a gay. Some people called me gay because that time I was,
Why?
because there was a girl that was after me. And
What
she
the-
took me to her house. This is a beautiful girl. She had money.
you never
So she tried to make me sleep with her. I didn't. So she came to tell
Yeah,
me
that's a bit
that
gayish.
this guy is a gay. That no woman can make him. So the thing was like, even the church I was going,
Tell us why
even the church,
why didn't you?
even the church I was going, they called me.
Yeah, but
out.
why didn't you? Oh, it's because you were doing the celibacy.
No.
Were still in that route, or were you out of
marriage?
it?
No, I was not out of it. I was still inside my marriage.
You were still respecting the marriage. That's
Yeah.
why you didn't pump it.
And you see one thing about
That's why
me.
they thought you were gay.
You know why I was like that? Because when I was in school, I was very small. When they say somebody, I was very, like, I was...
You look like a cheese boy.
Yeah, that's how I was. So everybody,
Like, I don't know you. Okay, guys, remember, now, I've never met this guy before. The reason why I do this podcast is because I meet people like this guy every single time when I'm sitting at a bar. I don't know who sends them. He walked in and looked like, cheese boy.
No, I'm not a cheese boy. I'm just who I am. I don't pretend to be anybody. I'm always natural. The only thing I know about myself that, and if I'm just, I like always communicate. You see, I can put on this shirt for like 3 days, coming out. I won't smell.
You should
I
look
won't be dirty.
presentable.
I won't be smelling, but I will look very neat.
So
when you see me, you will appreciate like this guy is a good person.
Yeah, I think in life, I don't know who sets the standards, but you should be presentable in life in general. Nobody would like to be associated with a person who looks unrepresented, unpresentable.
Yeah, I call it uncle.
Let's cross over to the part of Nigerian women and South African women.
Yeah, you see one thing like what I used to
I don't
say.
understand. Okay, look, maybe, and this is not even a xenophobic shit. It's the truth. I don't understand why you guys pump our women and then you don't let us pump your women.
Okay, that's where I want to go.
What is this? It's not fair.
It's not fair because there's no Nigerian women doesn't come here a lot. The one that come here a lot, like those women that come there are not too beautiful. Maybe the one you can see locally that are beautiful, their father are rich in Nigeria.
So you're saying there's some hot Naomi Campbell of Nigerian
to school, you understand? That's the only way you can meet it. Then you see about pumping the South African system. South African women are beautiful.
No, but another problem is because most of the people, most of the Nigerians would use them to generate citizenship.
No. You see that thing you said, I don't know about anybody, but I know about myself.
And which is stupid. It's a law. It's a stupid law. Because that law, if I was the president of Home Affairs, if I was the president of the country and I will appoint a minister in Home Affairs, that will technically make whoever gets married to whoever becomes the nationality of where they come from. So meaning that if you meet my sister, and then you want to marry her, she becomes a Nigerian.
No, automatically.
that will be me. No. Well, nobody would like that rule.
No, they like it. It's already in
Do
the
they have
constitution. Yeah. If I marry a South African wife, fine, they give me a permit. Already, automatically, she's a Nigerian.
Oh, you mean in your country?
Yeah.
But the thing is, nobody's there. Everybody's here. You know.
Sorry, I just need to